Welcome back to another final table commentary. What do we got going on here? 1K PKO from Scoop 2021. That was a while ago, but it's a stacked final table. We got Padilla. I'm pretty sure that's not how you say it. Draftganger, Fresh Ood, Clicks, Mountain Rose, Lena, Twirl Pro, What If God, and Darwin. Uh-oh, just stacked final table. We do have quite a few shorties here. Fresh OD's hogging some chips. Our big stack with 85 big blinds. Flush versus top pair with the redraw to the nut flush. What the hell do you do here with ace king with the king of hearts? You're facing an all in from the big stack. You would expect him to be doing this pretty aggressively against you. 8-7 is a straight. Obviously the flush is out there. Padilla does just find the fold with ace king. Twirl Pro up to 76 bigs. It's a pretty nice spot to be in. King 10-0 for Fresh OD. Flopping top pair, but what if God outkicks him here? Doo-ka-doo-doo. Big old bet on the flop too. What do you do if you get check raised? Won't happen. 3 on the turn. Doo-ka-doo-doo. Doo-ka-doo-doo. Another big old bet from Fresh OD. What the heck? Queen on the river, that'll slow him down. Just be a nice big pot going what if God's way. Ace and a queen for Draftganger. He'll open it off 18 big blinds. Looks like he's gonna get this one through. Move along. Clicks off 9.5 blinds. Might just rip this in. King Queen looks like a jam. His bounty doesn't look too enticing for Padilla to go bounty hunting here. I could be wrong though. Nope. Deuce is in the muck. Fresh OD with an ace and a queen. But what do you know? No action. Ooh, Lena gets 10s. Padilla with 8s. It doesn't look like too much of a decision for them. What if God could have put in the 3-bet there with the king 10 suited, but he just moves along. 8s in the muck too. Lena just picks up the blinds and antes. Twirl Pro with an ace and a king. Opening up, raising and getting it through. Darwin with an ace and a 10. And what do you know? Raise and another. Get it on through. Poker stars, where's our coolers? Twirl Pro 7s, Darwin's. Oh, I guess queens and jacks. That looks like a cooler. Mountain Rose could get away from it here. Could just find the fold with pocket jacks. But he does stick it in the end. Do. Twirl Pro says, both you guys have ace king. I call. No, he does find the fold. Ace on the flop, doesn't matter. Mountain Rose needs a jack. I don't know why I said ace king, because that put in my head that somebody had ace king. So the ace became relevant in my head. Anyways, Darwin picks up a nice pot there. Getting the bounty as well. 35 big blinds for them. Sitting in 4th, and with an opportunity to pick off those other bounties as well. Fresh OD with the 9-9. Top pair for What If God. 5 on the turn. Another big old bet here from What If God. Actually, it was pretty small. It was like 600k into 2 million or something. Just picking his price on the turn there. Let's see a value bet on the river here with the 9s. Be quite nice. Picks a good sizing too. What if God could pay this off? Blocks the straight. Obviously loses to overpairs. What if he turns this into a bluff? That would be one hell of a thing. Then don't you just wish you'd check back your nines? What if God will think about it long enough just to fold? Fresh OD with the aces, eh? Now what if God with ace king? This could just be an all-in. No, he does pick an 8 big blind size. What do you do with aces? I like call, but you might want to just stick it in. He does put in the 4 bet. Non all in. Ace king in horrific shape here. Hopefully what if God can find a fold? Ah yeah, you just stick it in. It's ace king. 10 dealer. No. That's a huge pot going fresh OD's way. Lena with the king and a jack. 3 betting off like 20 bigs or something. That's pretty nice. So I'm looking around the final table. Who's gonna win this bad boy? It's hard not to pick fresh OD, right? Look at that 123 big blind stack. It would have been an easy pick. Or it would be an easy pick. Would have been a nice pick before we saw some action. But if I'm being honest, I like what Lena can do off the short stack. I've seen some pretty cool stuff even off of like 15 to 17 big blinds. So Lena's a great choice always. Does have a chance to get a few bounties here. Same with Darwin, even though they're short. The shorties are thankfully pretty darn short. So we see Toro Pro defend the big blind, both players with the wheel draw. Whose position's better though? It's so interesting, right? Darwin has the 2 shorties to his left, so he can attack their blinds easily. Toro Pro to his right. That's pretty nice to have Toro Pro right there. Yeah, you know what? I think for that reason, Toro Pro to your right versus your left. I would have went with Lena if had their positions been switched. But you know what? So the crystal ball, after talking it out, it tells me Darwin's going to find a way to get back in this game. Might even find a way to pick on Toro Pro. I like the prospects of that. Kind of like what we saw Lena do against Fresh OD. Ace and a 5 for Lena. Padilla with a defending hand. Top pair for Lena. Straight draw for Padilla. Interesting sizing. 35% will get the job done. I mean, it's a third, right? So it's not that interesting. Queen 9 just open rips it here. Darwin's thinking about coming along for 23. 8s? What do we do with 8s? Don't you just dream of Toro Pro having 7s and 6s here? So 8s come along. Gonna need a queen or 9 or diamond. Nope. Doesn't hit their outs. Padilla gets a full double. They had to sweat quite a few outs there, but they managed. Let's go with ace 3 on the button. That's interesting stuff. Giraffe will get a chance to take down some blinds. Some blinds and the antes. 5s for Fresh OD will just rip it into queens. That's no good for him. I mean, it's 4 big blinds, but it's no good because you're often flipping there. You want a chance for the bounty. Instead, you need to hit a 2-outer. Queen 9. Okay, and Fresh OD comes along with 8-9 suited. Checking it over, giving him rope. 4's no help. Fresh OD does have a gut shot to a 10 if he wants to try to bluff, but Darwin will bet on the turn, so won't see that. Ace and a queen for 8 bigs, all in, dealer. Boop-a-doo-doo-doo. Don't think they can afford to go bounty hunting here. Lena nor Toro Pro. Fresh OD, queen and a 10, raising and getting it through. Seems what's gonna happen here. Why are we taking so long? Everybody's taking so long. Everybody's tanking. Oh my lord, this is why Darwin's tanking. I didn't expect this. Queen 10 just folds. Holy shit. Queen 4? Queen 4 from the big? Are you for real? I guess it's one of those baller moves where you can get better hands to fold right on the frickin' or can get hands to fold pre-flop that are better than you dominating you, such as Queen 10. And surely Fresh OD is going to be opening pretty wide. Boop, 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 boo. Has Jack 10 this time. Draftganger defends the Ace 8. Backdoor flush draw with the wheel draw. Weird stuff. 2 overcards as well. Comes along. Fresh OD bombs away and Ace 3 has to fold. Nicely done there by Fresh OD. Lena just folds 7s? Surely not, right? Lena folds 7s, okay. What do? Do you min-raise 7s? Draftganger's real short there. Would you just open rip them? That feels kind of bad right now. Calix is on 8. I didn't realize that too. So 2 bounties. You'd almost be making $6,000 just from hanging out and waiting. So Lena does open fold 7s. Interesting. Padilla with the 7s. Does go for the raise. Looks to be 2.5x. Fresh OD with Ace King will say I'm all in dealer. Padilla might let go of these 7s here. Just wanted to go to the flop and set mine or get it through pre. I mean, there's some flops they don't mind. You can stab on the ace highs and king high boards if you need to. Protect your equity and whatnot. And there's other boards you can also stab on. Boop, boop, boo, boop, boop, boo. Lena taking the 5s here. Fresh OD, I don't think is going to go bounty hunting, but could. Very well could. 3.5 more million to go. Pretty expensive price. Twirl Pro, unfortunately down to 24 bigs after they lost a big one to Padilla. Still kind of hanging in there in second place though. Fresh OD is the only one who's really done a great job of maintaining a stack. Like, I suppose Darwin and Lena have kind of been hanging in there at about 20 big blinds for most of the tournament, but Fresh OD's obviously just compiled chips. Whoa, Calix is getting a few hands here. Ace King, 7s, Jacks. Ace King for Lena. At least one king is dead. No ace or king yet. 4? Nope. Lena will just lose a huge one. Calix up to 35 bigs and in second place. Lena's all in. Darwin could go bounty hunting. Oh boy, what do we do here with king queen? He does jam. Okay, so we're sweating a 9. Sweat the 9. Oh, a 4 will chop the pot. Wow. Okay, 10s, ace king, and then Lena in the big with ace 4. Sure, I think you find a fold here. Yeah, Lena does just fold. King on the flop, so no ladder. But yeah, you're just going to be getting it in horrific there with ace 4. Oh, now what do we do with queen jack? This feels like a get all in, and he's going to be dominated. Fresh OD should have so many hands. Jack on the flop though, so he's sweating a 10, a king. Okay. King, no, a king would still work. Ace will not do. Lena gets the double. 7 big blinds now. Our shorty sure likes surviving. Twirl Pro with 9s and 23 blinds. We'll rip it on in. Do, get it on through. This is an interesting dynamic that's brewing, you know, as the short stacks kind of survive. Twirl Pro taking the opportunity to rip on the button. Ace and an 8 for Lena. He's going to stick it in. Padilla has 10s again. Sweating the ace and the diamonds. Ace on the flop. Are you serious, Poker Stars? Shorty survive, and Padilla is back down to 6 blinds. I don't know if he was ever that short. But unfortunately, he's just down to the 6 blinds. Whatever you want to say. Just go back to water. Get some water. Water break. Twirl Pro with the king. Getting it through. That's not fun. You want action there. Ace and a jack, raising it up. Lena lets go of ace 6. That's a damn shame. Don't take the spot. Yeah, he's gonna take it. 6 blinds, ace 9. Getting it in. Gonna need that ace or 9. Nope. A 3 and a 4 is not the ace or the 9. No, it's not. So Fresh OD gets another bounty. Nice for them. Do. Padilla with 5 blinds. Queen and a 9. Sticking it in. Fresh OD might just rip it in or something. Nope. Just plays call this time. Interesting. Leaving room for the other players to come along, but they don't. 3 hearts on the board. Queen 9 doesn't feel too good right now. Does it ever just check fold? Like, if he checks fold, I wouldn't be surprised. It looks really silly, but, you know, this is just what it is. He does call. He's going to need a lot of help, but he's dead on the turn, actually. Alright. So Padilla gets knocked out in 6th, then another bounty for Fresh OD. So Twirl Pro back up to 29. That's kind of cool to see, you know. Their stack started to dwindle, and then they picked up a few hands, took down a few pots. We at least have somebody battling for second. Clicks is not far behind him either. With the straight here, we'll get a few more and even surpass him. Does Lena get a walk here? That's a darn shame. You hate to see a walk with ace king. Ace deuce in the small blind, just rip it. 13 blinds for Lena and 12 for Darwin. Kings for clicks. Darwin might go to a flop. Flopping an open ender with the backdoor flush draw. Blocks 5-7. Interesting stuff. The board is good for this the big blind, but kings aren't folding. Kings are not going to fold here. He's going to need a deuce or a 7. The deuce comes on the turn. That'll do. Lock it up for him. Calix is dead. He got no shot of winning. But he's got pocket king, so he's going to try to go get that bounty. No surprise here. Darwin calls. Playing it super sneaky here. Of course, kings jam, and Darwin shows him the bad news. Oh, Lena's going to take the spot with ace 5. Twirl Pro can't fold ace king. 4. 5 will do. A 5 will do. Oh, I mean, that's really shitty for Twirl Pro. Because again, like they started to dwindle, and then they did a good job of battling back. Get a great chance for a bounty there. A little bit of a setup. A little bit of a cooler in their favor, it looked like. But then the cooler was against them. And now they need a king or jack or 9, a 10. No, not a 9. A king, jack, queen, 10. King, queen, jack, 10. There's another card there to pair the board. Nope, that wouldn't have helped. There's a low one. Anyways, what does it matter? Elena gets the bounty. We move along. Both players with a straight draw. Darwin's open-ended, but slightly behind with the queen high. Facing another bet on the turn here. What happens if he jams? Ace on the river. Weird card. Weird card. Lena will jam for him. Darwin will show him the bad news, and good thing I picked Darwin. Cooler goes in his favor. Do. Jacks for clicks in the big. Might face a jam here. Could Fresh OD could just limp. He could raise. Okay, nice. He goes for the smaller sizing. Doesn't go all in. So we can still fold to the jam and move along. Save himself about 4 million chips. King Queen will just rip and take it pre. King 8 in the small blind for Leno will rip. Darwin can't call it off there with 10-4. This one's going to be interesting. King 9 in the small blind. Like, how do you go about this? You're not going to be folding. Limps it on in. Queen 10-6 flop. Quick. Check. Not quick, check. Okay, so this one was not that interesting. We're just checking it all the way down. I thought that could have been interesting. As Lena scoops the pot. The next hand with ace 9. 15 blinds for them. Do. Walk for the 6-3. You like to see that. Woot. 6-3 getting a walk. Ace 8 ripping. Clicks might go bounty hunting. King Jack. Price is a little bit too much still for them. Ooh, fresh OD with 9s. Lena with the old ace king, just a classic race. Ooh, ace king 10. Nope, Lena finally finds their way out the door in 4th place. They got a bounty in there. They put up a good show. Had the cooler against Darwin there. And that's just kind of the way she goes. As Clicks gets king queen again and ripping it in, getting it through. Whoa! Fresh OD with a 3-bet with king 2. Getting excited there. But he gets the job done, right? So, it's like, great work. 5 and an 8 making a pair. That's good news. Clicks with bottom pair, we'll let it go. 6 and a 5 versus 6 and a 3. What the heck do we do on the Jack 9-8 flop? Goes check, deuce on the turn. Diamond's complete. Nobody with a diamond. Gonna be hard to bluff with this one. We're chopping it up, providing Darwin checks. Darwin says overbet. Nicely done. Stealing the pot away from Clicks. At least stealing half of it. Fresh OD checking it back with the 6 and the 5. Backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw, 6 high. Click says that sounds like a bet to me. Darwin with 2 overs. Backdoor straight draw. Deuce on the turn, that's weird, eh? Hard to rip something other than a 9 or a deuce here. Fresh OD does just bet big. Says move along, Darwin. Nicely done by Fresh OD. 10 and a 9 here. What do we do? Starting things off with a tiny bet. Clicks just folds king 9. Okie dokie. I thought with the back doors maybe he comes along. But he says nope, not today. Maybe just because he's got that super short stack, he's going to wait to flop 2 pair. And then Darwin's going to turn 2 pair and it's just going to be ugly. He's going to let Darwin do the betting. King on the turn. That'll give Darwin an opportunity to get away from this, I think. Maybe not on the turn, but on the river. Yeah, 5-7 doesn't look like a call down hand. Overbet on the turn indicates he's probably going to overbet river. Do-ka-do-do. I mean, it doesn't mean he has to overbet river, but it just seems like he was going to. I think some of the most interesting stuff, or at least the hands to watch, are like overbet pots, and then like what sizing do you use on the later streets? Obviously, it all depends on what the runout is, right? Clicks with king high, checking it back. There's 3 of a kind on the board, and a boat on the board now. And whoa, Fresh OD jams. How do you call 6x pot? 6.5x pot for chop. Oh my lord, nice little bully play there by Fresh OD. Out of position is no problem for him. Could call it off here with the ace high, but not likely. Oh, he does. Oh my lord, a jack on the flop. Ace high calling it off. That's a huge pot. Clicks tying it up with Darwin, and Fresh OD down to 46 bigs. Anyone's game here. So Fresh OD, well, like, it depends on positioning again. When you get to act first on that river where he 6-bet, 6.5x over bet river, that depends on who's in position and whatnot. But that was just a bully play, right? Probably gonna get to see a little bit less of that. Darwin making a pair here on the river. We'll go for a very small value bet. Flush completes. I don't know why I said that. It did not matter. Completely irrelevant. Which just makes it kind of interesting that he still goes for a small value bet. Might be using different sizes on the river. Or would he use that same small size with his flush? It's interesting. Fresh OD with the best hand. Hard to call here, but he does. Ace high, had the 9 of spade draw. Darwin will check down the river, so nice call on the turn there from ace high. Showing him what's good. He says, I wasn't drawing, I was just having the best of it. This 3-4 gets nice and aggressive here. Fresh OD with deuces. This is a jamming hand. Do it. Get crazy. Get excited. 3-4 suited. Are you serious, Darwin? I mean, I did pick him to win, so I don't know why I wanted Fresh OD to jam. Colix with a 9 and a 7, and he's raising it, and the 5 folds. Nicely done by Colix. Ace and a 10 in the big blind. We'll see a Jack 7-5 flop. Darwin with 3 to a straight, and an overcard to the Jack. Sounds like a check to me, but he bets pot. Ace 10 finds the fold with no pairs. Interesting. Nicely done by Darwin. It's very interesting just to bet full pot there. Was not expecting that. Collects with a king and a deuce. That's no good. Fresh OD. Suited ace king in the big blind. 3 1/4 mil to go. We'll get through. Boo 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 boo. A straight draw for Darwin. A king or an 8. Clicks with the backdoor flush. He doesn't have no backdoor. No, does he have a backdoor straight to 2? I think so. He's got 3 of the straight cards. Queen on the turn. Clicks is gonna have to tell the story some more, but he gives up on the turn. Dang it. I mean, again, I want Darwin to win, but like, whatever the heck Clicks was doing was fun. 18 blinds, ace and a 10. Raise it on up. Fresh OD with an ace and a 4. I want to see action, not from Darwin. With the shit hand, a pair of 10s for Clicks. Fresh OD with the backdoor nut flush. Okay, putting in the raise. Clicks plays call. Club does come in on the turn. Wow, what do we do? A jam from Fresh OD. Holy shit. Okay, so he's drawn to a club if Clicks can find the call. Really representing that flush there. And Clicks does find call. Holy shit. Wow, nice. It's kind of absurd to think that he's just turning the X or the ace of clubs into a bluff on the flop there. Then you have to put him on solely just the ace of clubs. It's like, what hand with the ace of clubs is gonna check raise on the flop there? Obviously, Fresh OD did have one, but it's hard to imagine that he was gonna do that. But ace 10 says, hey, I've got second pair. I think I'm good here. I'll let you draw. Fresh OD loses a huge pot. What's going on here? Pair sixes versus jacks. Flush completes on the river. Darwin thinks going more value. Wow. Find the fold. It's in you. Ah, he finds the call. Okie dokie. Darwin is in first place. That's nice to see. King queen, ripping it in. King 3, letting it go. Moving along. Uh-oh, he finds the call. Uh-oh, you need the 3. Diamond? No. Board pairing doesn't chop the pot there. That's a darn shame. Darwin gets the bounty. Fresh OD, our big stack, got quite a few bounties there. Did a good job of hanging on out. But, you know, sometimes the cards are rude to you. That's just the way she goes. Pair 5s versus pair kings. This is good news for clicks. Oh no, this is horrific news for clicks. Jack on the river. And he bets pot, basically. That's just a huge one going Darwin's way. Rivering 2 pair, that's so rude. And the 7-4 jam and you can't call it off with 8-7? Darwin, that's so rude. And then you're going to jam king 8 and get there versus ace king? King on the flop. Where's the 8? Oh, didn't come this time. Clicks. 8-9, limp it in again. 5-6, flopping middle pair. That's a nice card for clicks. 7 or a queen one time. There we go. So nice little run of cards for clicks. Gonna be hard to get paid here. Spades complete, straights complete. I mean, only 8-9 completes as a straight, but still. No action for Darwin's 8s. That's a shame. Oh, here's a cooler. Ace king versus ace queen. Nothing other than raising. Nothing. I was going to say nothing other than all in, but I suppose you can pick the small 3-bet size. And call the 4-bet all in. A queen on the flop. That will do. No diamond. That means no more outs for clicks. Didn't hit the king. Darwin gets the W. So I think the only surprising thing there was that Fresh OD eventually, I think he got coolered versus clicks. That's where I should probably go look next. But Darwin coming in here with a middling stack. I'm surprised my pick actually came to fruition. That usually doesn't happen. I think I'm 2 in a row though. So that's something cool. But then there's a big cooler between these two. Where the frick was it? Oh, it wasn't a cooler. My bad. Fresh OD got caught bluffing. Oh, that was the swingy hand. Just a great call off by clicks, right? Because again, the check raise on the flop. What ace X of just clubs is going to check raise you here? Like, to me, it's going to be some flush draws, king jack, jack 9. Like, some of these hands I feel like just calling with 2. But like ace 4 finds the raise on the flop. It blocks the nut flush draw, so it's a hand that you would call or check raise with. So it's a great hand to, when you think about it, it's a good card to use. The 4 is kind of like, why are we doing this? Like ace jack makes some sense with the club. Try to put some pressure on a 10 with 2 overs to it as well. With the straight outs. So maybe, I don't know, maybe you put that in pre-flop, so maybe you don't have that, so maybe you have to start using some of these other hands. And that's why potentially Fresh OD uses this one. And then just a great overbet call on the turn. Flush completes, like, just one of the scarier cards. A jack of clubs would be pretty scary, a king of clubs sucks. Nonetheless, clicks calls it off. Then Darwin slowly picks away at him. Oh, that was rude there. Slowly picks away at him. And then ace king versus ace queen. Darwin smacks a queen on the flop. And that's GG. That's the game. Oh, well, thank you for checking this on out. Making our way through the old Scoop 2021 playlist of BCP. Poker replays. Oh boy, we got a nice short one here. Mac will come join me at some point. That'll be nice and fun. Alrighty, adios. See you in the next one. Maybe. No, probably not, but maybe.